Hi everyone, it's me Jane. Welcome to Vizlib Appy Hour. This is the show where we help you make your data talk. And today it's just me, and we'll be going through a really cool Spotify app and kind of updating it. You guys might have seen it in the gallery, and we just want to update it and make it look nice. Today I'm drinking some seltzer water with it's pineapple and strawberry flavored. So this is something I really missed when I was in Europe because I feel like they didn't really have too many flavored seltzer water. You've got like lemon, but that was about it. So yes, this is nice. I really missed it, and it's here. So really happy. And it's just me today, so we can get started. There's no introducing anyone else. Let me bring up the app. We'll try that one. I think that looks nice. Yeah, bigger screen so you guys can see more of it. So this is kind of the start, and it is a Spotify app. So the really cool thing about this is we have an input box here, as you can see, a variable input, and you can actually input a URL and sign into it and then bring up your own data from Spotify, or we can choose from like the top global and whatnot. So I think today we'll go in just top 50 global and kind of see what people are listening to. I do believe we have to log in, which I should be logged in. So you copy and paste this token here. Yep, okay, that's my profile picture. And yeah, it brings you into it. And then there's a how boring is your music, which we can dive into and see how we get this, characteristics. I really like music that you can dance to, so high danceability. I don't really love acoustic music, so there's not much acousticness to it. And a lot of new tracks. Oh, I believe this is actually the top global. It's not just mine. Cool. So it's mostly new music, and I guess people are on par with what I like to listen to. Very energetic, very danceable, and not too much instrumentals. And here we have a scatter plot, and we've actually done clusters on them, so you can see the clusters and all of the different components that go into it. We've So we're doing it by acousticness and valence. I don't actually know what valence means, so if anybody does know what that means, let me know. And the cool thing about this is we're actually using a container here, but you can't tell, right? It's hidden. So if you click on one of these bubbles, it actually gives you some details about the song, the artist, album, chart position, and the year. So this is by Joji. I actually really like Joji. And we can click on another one, Harry Styles album, Harry's House. And next we've got this. It's actually our heat map. I think this one might need some updating because we have a new grid chart that came out. So we've got a grid chart about all of their different characteristics, and you can kind of see not too much instrumentals, but a lot of energy, danceability. So you can kind of see, it's cool to kind of see the trends of what people are listening to, and also you can see trends that you're listening to. This app's available on the gallery, so if you just Google App Gallery Vizlib, you can find this on there, and you can actually go in and download it, and then input your own album and kind of do your own looking around and seeing the kind of music you listen to, which is pretty cool. But this is kind of just the global thing. I don't think I'm very hip anymore because I don't know a lot of these artists. Yeah, we've got a Ruth B. I have no idea who that is, but that's all right. And yeah, Still seeing the same. Lots of danceability, not a lot of instrumental. Some acousticness. And we've got this sand key, which I also think we can do some updating because we do have a new flow chart. So let's see what we can do here. And I don't love the colors on here. There's a lot of colors. It's kind of hard to read, but you can see the top artist is Bad Bunny. And a lot of songs come from his album. And yeah, this is interesting. I'm here looking at the artist. I don't know Bizrap and Ellie Dookie. Yeah, I need to start listening to more music. And this is really cool. So this is a table. Sometimes the top here doesn't like to load. I'm not sure why, but when it does, it looks really cool because it actually looks like a Spotify playlist inside of an app. So you can go in and see what people are listening to. I don't know if you guys are able, yep, here it is. I don't know if you can hear the music because it's going to play on here. Yeah, I don't think so, but you can actually click on it and you can listen to a sample of the song, and it gives you all of this information on here, popularity, if it's explicit or not. And yeah, I think this is just really cool. Pierce Batchelor actually helped me make this app. So Pierce, if you're listening, shout out to you. Thank you so much. He got this started. Yeah, so let's go in, update it, make it look better, and especially let's change out some components of it so it's updated and it keeps running smoothly. And I think this one would be a good one to update now. So you can see that the font has changed. It's because in the CSS we actually input our own fonts. So usually I don't like to delete anything until I make one that looks nice before I go and deleting, because I feel like when you just delete it, it's hard to bring back. So we'll just leave that here on the side just to have. And let's go in to the flow chart. And to anyone watching this who doesn't know, Vizlib recently came out with the flowchart. It looks very similar, almost, I would almost say exactly like the old sand key, but it's the back end, it's less clunky from what I've heard, and it's easier to update. So going forward, there'll actually be more updates on this one, and they won't be updating the sand key. So if anybody has a sand key that they're using, you can just make it into a flowchart, and in the future, if there's any updates, it will actually be captured. Let me see if I can actually copy this and just turn it into a flowchart. And then I can also make it live so you guys can see how you do that. So what if we drag in this flowchart and convert? No, you can't. Okay, that's totally fine. So the dimension, we can just see what we did on this last one. We're using the artist, the album, and the track name. So artist, album, and we're using the track name. Nope, that's measured track name. Perfect. And for the measure, tracks. I think I've named it tracks, but it's count of their track names. Cool. Okay, so there's a lot more here. It's because we only want to see the top 10. I think we'll say see the top. Okay, so here we have just going through and making sure everything looks the same. So max nodes 50. We can limit it, and we can say maybe 10. Appearance, links. Thank you, Jackie. Ooh. And yes, thank you, Joe. You can download this Qlik Sense app here. I think looks good. And since I am remaking it, I just want to make sure it all looks the same. So then your flowchart will be exactly the same as your old sand key, and you can just delete the sand key and never think about it again. So the sand key is one of those charts that sometimes I'm scared of using, but I think in very specific cases it works really well. For me, I think in this case it works really well, just because you know, you can see the artist going into their album and their track names. You can see, you know, who has the most. Yeah, Bad Bunny, definitely. He's in the top. Okay, I think this looks good. Do you want to add? Yes, okay. Fixed number. I want to see the top 10. Let's not show the others. And actually here. Oh, I was doing it to the wrong one. Okay, filter on first dimension. So just on the first dimension, I want to see the top 10. So this part is a little bit different. Here you cannot go into the data for the sand key to see your top 10, but on the sand key, you actually go into the data handling part, and you can filter by first dimension. So your first dimension will have 10 of your top artists, and it will slowly go down. But yes, wonderful. Okay. I'm still not ready to delete this one yet. I think we'll just hide it a bit more, make this bigger. Let's make this look pretty. I actually want to see what this one says. We named it Top 10 Artists. Top 10 Artists. And maybe we can give more context. So, how do you guys like to name your charts? Usually I just do something quite generic, top 10 artists and their album tracks. I think, yeah, that sounds good, makes sense. And it's very colorful, isn't it? I think we can make the color look better too. And yeah, I don't think we need borders, so we didn't put any borders. You can put distances between the nodes to make things look better. I actually think it looks nice just here to have, I'll say 1. So it's almost touching, but not quite. And for the label font, I'm actually going to do a white, I think. Yeah, white's easier to read because this is really a dark mode theme. And if anyone's wondering how we did the dark mode theme, we actually used the sheet menu, and then we went into the C++ in our global styles and then changed it. So if you want to, you can download it and just change out the colors to the colors that you want. And voila, super simple. Okay, looks good. Okay, I think this is looking good. If I want to color by gradient, no. Don't want to do an expression. I think this looks nice. Because you have the green, which really looks like the Spotify green, but you know, everything else is like this purpley and this blue. Yeah, I think it looks good. Okay, I think we're gonna stick with this. And done. Voila. How does this look, guys? I think it looks nice. Kate Bush? Kate Bush is on here. What? Huh, interesting. Okay, not ready to delete the old chart yet. I'm just gonna leave it here just in case, but we can move on to something else. And I think this heat map, we're using a Vizlib table. I think maybe we can, if we're using the table, I think it looks nice. But let's try using the grid chart and seeing what we can do with that. Grid chart. And we'll do audio features. I believe this was track artist with the name. Track name with artist. And for this one, we're using a whole expression, which we'll just put in here. See if this works. Yeah, okay. What's that? Cool, okay. Looking good. And we'll just change around the colors a bit. We do need to change all the fonts and the title colors. Labels especially. Yeah, okay, cool. And interesting, they're using the table here, but I think the grid map works better and it's easier to make. I mean, you guys saw, this was so quick. And let's just change the colors to fit the Spotify theme. I'm actually going to come in here and see if I can find the colors that they used. So it's just the normal green. Perfect. So we can do, if we want to change it, we can actually pick our own colors, which I think would be really nice. So I'm going to use an eyedropper here. Don't think it's showing up on my screen, but I really love this thing called a color picker. It's a Chrome extension, and you can just pick any color on the screen and it gives you the hex code. And black. Okay. Yeah, okay, but let's reverse these colors. Yeah. And I can see here that it's actually more of a gray color, so you can kind of see some of the differences between between 0 and the black, because here the black is just so black. So I think we'll do that here. So it's super easy to edit. And the color that we picked was a 1C, 1C, 1C. Done. Yes. Okay. Looking good. I'm liking this. What if we did circles? No. Point, label, let me see if I can change the label color. And if anyone has suggestions or questions, you can let me know in the comments and I'll answer them. Okay, I think it looks okay. I'm sad that the point labels aren't showing up. I would love for that to show. Okay, I think it's just too small. Possibly. Oh, what a shame. Maybe if I sort it so you don't show as many lines, it might look okay. Percentage. Is it working? No. And maybe we'll do the top. We don't want it for audio features. Maybe tracks. Top 10. But then that's not showing so much. Don't know if I like this. I'll say no limitations. I think that looks nicer. Yeah, I really wish the point label would show. I think if I did the full expand, might just be too dark. But I definitely don't think the legend is necessary. Goodbye. I think for now we can keep this, and later on if we want to make some changes, we can. Yeah, how about that? Okay. Done. Looks nice. And I also wanted to kind of show you guys how we use the container, because the container is a nice little hidden secret if you want to add things in your chart in your dashboard without cluttering it, and you can prompt people to actually click on something and make changes that way. So here I can put something. I can put a subtitle that says like click to explore the song. then people will know that they need to click on something to explore the song, and it will actually take you to another page, which is, it's hidden, you don't know about it, but when you do, I think it looks really cool. So how we did this is we have to create every single one of these that you see here is a bar chart. It's its own bar chart. We save it as a master item and we put it into the container, and then it's really easy from there. So let me show you guys just very quickly how you can use the container. So you can choose a grid and you can change the layout of the grid. For this one, I'll just say 2, so we'll make it really quick. So, actually, I'll throw in a pie chart and cluster 2. Pie chart does not work with this. Let me change this to cluster 1. All right, perfect. So you've got this, and you can add another container object, single item, and I called it the song info. So here, you select a song. Boom, it gives you what you need, but you can see that there's the tab names on top, so it gives you breadcrumbs to let you know that you need to click on something. But if you want to hide it for like a little extra surprise, I'll show you what I did. Okay, so for this one, it's a conditional show. So we're saying if the get selected track name with artist, so if that's 1, so if you click on it, then it's 1. So then show. And we're kind of using 1 as yes and 0 as a no. Okay, perfect. So when I click on one, the other thing will show. If I get rid of it, I want it to go back to this cluster. So for song info, I'm basically saying the opposite. If it's clicked on, then show it. If not, then don't show. And if anyone wants to use this trick in their app, you can just download this and copy and paste. Cool. So you can't see that page anymore unless you click on something. Huh? Pretty neat, right? And I think it's always useful. So you can leave the tabs up. I've seen people do it if they do want to save space, or if multiple people will be using the same app for different reasons. And maybe one side of the app is something that everyone needs, but then on the other side, they might need to compare different things. For example, like maybe one person's in charge of seltzer water and the other's in charge of soda. So but they all want to see who the buyers are. You can have the buyers on one side and then all the seltzer information in one tab on the container. And you can have soda information on another tab. So it just makes it easier for people to use the same app for different uses. And I think it's really great. That's a good business use case. This is more just for fun and it looks nice, but also I think yeah, I think it just clutters a bit less, and it makes your app kind of fun and easier to use. And I think when an app is really nice to use and there's little tricks and whatnot in there, it gives the user a more of a want to explore it, and maybe they can actually find out more insights from it because it's not just a general KPI bar chart, but they actually need to dig in to find little Easter eggs. So it will actually make them want to dig in more, and I think that's really great. So we want to hide all the tabs. Tab setting. I've opened too much. Let me close these. So now I have to go back and think about how did I get rid of these tabs? I think the active tab, I just turned it off. Hide that, inactive. Show hidden. Boom. Okay, that was easier. But so you can have tabs, you can actually have the accordion, which I think will just drop, look, go down. Or a carousel, so you can actually go and scroll through different things, but I think we want to hide this. Looks nice, looks clean. And yeah, that's a really quick way to use the container. I think it's nice. It's in the library, and it's called the container grid. There's another one in self-service, and it's also called the container. However, I prefer the container grid because it can really do more. And to me, it's easier to use. So I always go with the container grid instead of the box. That's just my personal preference. And we've got this. Ignore that picture. So how boring is your music? Bar charts, breakdown. I think this all looks great. We don't really need to do much with this. Does anyone have any questions on kind of how I made some of these things or anything? Or if anyone has suggestions on what I should make next, because I've got an idea, but I'll see if anyone else has any. If not, I'm going for it. Okay. Custom report. You know, in case somebody wants to do their own thing, I think we can add in a custom report. So again, this app, it's made so. Oh, thank you, Andy. So the custom report is great because you allow the user to basically make their own maps. Sorry, make their own charts within an app, and it lets them explore in their own way, which I think is really amazing. And since this app, it's for you, the user, to kind of explore your own music. I think throwing in a custom report would allow you to explore your music in whichever way you want to. And we select the dimensions to put in there. And also we can select some measures. So what you can also do is you can also make your own measures. And that way you can add it on here, so then people don't need to code anymore. You can do it yourself for now, so you guys don't have to watch me type. We'll just add in what they already have. Maybe we'll do an album type. Yes. And we can do if it's explicit or not. I think the release date could be cool. People might find that useful. Yeah. I'm thinking that maybe popularity. We'll do an average. Yeah, looks good, right? Okay. So, let's say so here in the gray, it's Qlik's own, and here in the purple, it's Vizlib's. So you can do a lot of customization with this. You can change the background color. You can even change the color of these little icons. You can do a heck of a lot of stuff to this, which is really nice. So, yeah, let's throw in something quickly just to show you guys. So I've got album. It's either an album or a single, and we'll do popularity. So it usually gives us a recommendation. We'll do the Vizlib Pie Chart, so you can see that singles are a little bit more popular than. I don't think the pie chart's the best way to visualize this. Yeah, I think bar chart's better. So the single the average for the popularities is 90.8%. I don't know what the percentage means, but it's 90.8. And for albums, it's 88.3. So, that's some insight. And maybe someone's thinking, okay, don't care about album type. I want to look at the average audio feature and whether a track is explicit or not. No, actually, that's not so good. Track length, and I think maybe we can do I think having the track length be a measure would be cool. And popularity. Yeah. So I can go in, update. No, I can't. Let's see what I did here. Let's see if we can force it to be a measure. Track length. Measure track length. Create. Add. Okay. Measure track length, and we'll do popularity, and we can remove this, and we'll say I should put in like album or something. Oh, and a really cool feature of this is you can talk into it, and you can say exactly what you want it to do. So I can say, look at the energy level by popularity. And I need to allow it to use my microphone. Look at energy based on popularity. Pretty cool, right? You can just talk to it. So it's very accessible as well, which I think is pretty amazing. And you can ask it questions like, what is the average track length? Am I the only one excited? I think so. I hope not. So this is just some things for the customer report. I won't go too deep into it, and have you guys watch me make all of the different changes to the measures and dimensions. But, moral of the story, what you can do is you can add in your own dimensions. You can make master measures. You can add measures that you already have in here. And the user can actually pick and choose what kind of charts they want to see, which is really great. You can customize it. You can change the appearance. Let me change the background color to black. Gorgeous. So you've got one question from Derpino. It looks really cool. How do you change the buttons on the top, by the way? They look gorgeous. Yeah, so buttons on the top, it's all in the appearance settings. You've got the Vizlib object options, so you can actually change the color. I can leave that to be the purple, but maybe for the Qlik ones, so it's the native ones, I can actually use the Spotify green. Yeah, so boom, change, and you can pick size. If I want to make the native ones smaller, and maybe I want to make the Vizlib ones huge, you can do that. AC asks a good question, what languages work with it? I actually don't know the answer to that. If anyone's watching, could you let me know? I believe we can actually just look it up now. I know they support multiple languages, but I don't know exactly which ones. Custom report Vizlib. I don't see anything on this right now. Let me get back to you on this. Very good question. And I'm assuming when you say languages, you mean like speech language, not computer language. But good question. Thank you for this. Any other questions on the custom report? If not, we can go right ahead to something else. Okay, very cool. So yes, I hope everyone finds this pretty amazing. Again, super easy to use, and it's in self-service. Big yes. Okay. Have I added custom CSS on the dashboard? Yes, I did. So here's a really good example. So usually, as you guys know, if you extend, so you can extend your dashboard so it looks bigger, and yeah, it looks a bit different from normal Qlik. Yeah, definitely. What I did here is I went into the sheet menu, and I'm using the sheet menu as a master item. anyone watching this, if you do like to use the sheet menu, we actually have the sheet menu plus now. So I need to make changes to this, which I won't have you watch me do because that one takes a lot of time of clicking around and whatnot. But we do have a sheet menu plus. From here on out, we'll be making updates to the sheet menu plus, and the sheet menu will still be used, but their updates just won't come to it. So if you are making new charts and new dashboards, start using the sheet menu plus. It's if you have library, it's in library. So if you have the old sheet menu, you can have the plus, and it works almost exactly the same. I believe a lot of the changes were on the back end, and it's to make updates and whatnot easier. So just a fun fact for that. And if anyone is using the sheet menu plus, when you make changes to the sheet menu, if you hide the sheet menu from your page, you need to click on this little icon here. It kind of looks like a little round circle, but on the sheet menu plus, all you have to do is click on this top bar to make changes. That's a really big change. If you do use the sheet menu plus and you can't find that little icon, it's because anywhere on the top bar, if you click it, you can make changes. We do a deep dive into the sheet menu on one of our past Appy Hours, and you guys can watch that. But yes, back to the question about the sheet menu. We did. You can download this app. The link is in the comments closer to the top, and you can download this and copy and paste. But yes, lots of things. So we changed the background color, and feel free to download. If you look at any of our apps and you think it looks really cool, go to the sheet menu, go down to global settings, and then style CSS, and you can copy and paste anything you want. It's really nice. We actually changed the font in this one, so if you want to learn how to change fonts, feel free to download this app and kind of copy and paste and make it your own. Perfect. Yes, do explore. If you get anything cool out, let me know. But yes, changes have been made, and we did need to expand the sheet down. It's in one of these, but here it is in one of these. I need to figure out which one, but because we expanded it, we actually just put in a black box at the bottom of it. It's hidden in here somewhere. You guys might have to go dig around for it. I believe it's here. We expanded the height of it. So normally if you actually expand your sheet size, if you make changes to the CSS with the sheet menu, it doesn't actually expand. It doesn't go down to the expanded section. So you guys might have to download this to try and expand it a little bit. Yes, we are almost running out of time. I won't go into anything new right now. If anyone has any questions, please let me know. If anyone's wondering how I got this, it's the advanced text objects. This is my picture on the on my Spotify. But yes, we have a lot of CS on here. Pierce actually did this, so thank you, Pierce. But feel free to download this app and make it your own. Yeah, cool. Thanks for all the questions, guys. And if there aren't any more questions coming in, I think that would be it for exploring the Spotify app. Last round for questions. And it's a huge app. There's a lot of hidden gems in here. I think it's a great one to download and try to learn things, click around. There's a lot of little code and expressions written around. So if you see anything that you didn't know you could do, there's a high possibility that someone wrote something in here. So download it, make it your own. It's really great. Thanks everyone for watching. Oh, thank you. And have a great Thursday. Cheers, everybody.